Okay guys, so here I am returning to my frame front drawing that I created earlier on and saved. And let's say I've closed my drawing down. I've saved it, closed, gone away, and I've come back to my Fusion drawing, a few hours or even days later to continue with it. At the moment, I can't actually do anything with the drawing. Okay, so if I take you'll notice that my dimension arrows have gone. They seem to have sort of disappeared, and that's because the drawing, if you like, is kind of in sleep mode. We've saved it and closed it, walked away, and I've opened it back up here. So what you need to do is down in this browser window here, you'll notice one that says sketches. Now that wasn't there when we started, but because we've added a sketch, it now appears. So to the left of it, this little drop down arrow opens and closes the sketch or sketches that you've got. You might have many sketches on the same drawing, but we're going to actually work on the same one. So to make sure that we're working on that first sketch, we're going to click and edit the sketch, and you'll notice that those dimension arrows come back. So now we're drawing back onto that sketch. If we don't do that, then what happens is that let's say we choose another rectangle tool. So I press R on my keyboard and I choose the plane that we're drawing it on, and then I start drawing out my rectangle. Then what happens in this case is I'm going to end up with a second sketch there. Can you see I've now got sketch 2? So this is sketch 1 and this is sketch 2. There are times when you absolutely want them separate, and that's useful, and there are times when you want them on a single sketch. So it's really important that you understand how to use that and how to edit your existing sketch by effectively waking it up. So if I go back to the start using my undo key, your undo button is your friend. Yeah, use it. It's very, very helpful. If you go wrong, just go back to the point where things went wrong and go again. So if I now look at my sketches, I've only got that one sketch. I right click with 2 fingers and I edit the sketch. And then it wakes up my existing sketch. I might want to go in and change that because let's say the height's changed, for example, to 120. Or some other such thing. That hasn't happened, so I'll undo that and go back to my 100. But what I can now do is I can start to draw on my decoration, if you like, and it's all going to be on that same single sketch. Okay, so I'm going to take a line tool, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this into halves. Now, if I put my line tool on there and move, you can tell it's on the line because it's got the little cross, okay, the little blue cross. If I go onto a grid point, it's snapping to the grid, in other words, jumping to it. If I go and find what's the center of the line, I get a little blue triangle. So I'm going to put in a line there, and I'm going to put in a line there, because what I'm going to do on my design is I'm going to have 2 different colors. This side is going to be one color, this side is going to be a second color. Okay, so that's my sort of design thinking at this stage. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to escape from my line tool. So your escape button on your keyboard is another useful one. And I'm just going to see if I can select, I can't. I was going to try and select all of that inside there. That's not going to work. Okay, all right, so change of plan. I'm then going to find some rectangles, I think, and circles. I'm going to keep this relatively simple. I don't want to go too crazy on it. So I'm going to come up to this point, and I'm going to put a circle in there, and I can gauge what size I want that to be. Let's say I want that to be 10 millimeters, okay? And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to do another one. Oops, let's press that 10 in there again, sorry. C for circle, I'm going to click that and I'm going to put 10 millimeters there. And need to click it twice, so that was what I didn't do the first time. And then I'm going to come down there and I'm going to put 10 millimeters on that one. and I'm going to carry on there, 10, and I'm going to carry on there, 10, I think. So my next decision is, do I put them down the other side as well? So what I'm thinking is, this side, for example, could be white, or maybe grey. This could be grey, this could be white, this could be red down here. And that would get me my 3 different colours, okay? So white, grey, red. So what I could then do, if this is white, and this is grey, and this is red, I could then use one of those other colours on here. So for example, if I said, well, I'm going to put circles down this side as well as doing that, or I want to put some stripes or something slightly different, then although I've used grey once here, remember we're trying to only use 3 colours, I can use grey over here on my otherwise white background. So you can obviously, if you think carefully, you'll get quite a bit out of your 3 colours. Okay. Anyway, other tools in there that you might want to use, obviously there's rectangles, circles, there are arcs, okay, so you can create things with arcs, of course. Best thing is to have a little bit of an explore and play around with these tools here. One other really, really useful tool that you'll quite possibly need would be the trim tool. So let me give you an example. Let's say that, and I'll draw it slightly off my design. Let's say I want to draw something that comprises of 2 circles. I'm going to construct it using 2 circles and a rectangle, for, let's say, for argument's sake. Okay, so there's my design, whatever that is supposed to be. At the moment, if I just zoom in with my 2 fingers on the trackpad, at the moment, all of these lines get cut on the laser cutter. So I'm actually going to cut not a full circle there. This isn't going to come out as one piece. It's going to come out as 1 piece, 2 pieces, that little piece there, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces. So in order to make that one single piece, I would need to press my T button for trim, and then I'd need to trim out the lines that were doing the cutting or the intersecting. Okay, that would now laser cut as a single piece if that was part of my decoration. Okay. Anyway, there you go. So there's a little bit around tools and sketches. I'm going to save that. You don't need to change the name, just use the saved is fine. And as soon as that's saved, you're good to go, really. I'm going to stop my sketch, and there you go. Hope you've managed to follow that without too much trouble. Okay.